Hello everyone. Welcome to another vlog. Today you will be joining me we're going to be doing a little bit of a cemetery stroll. I'm going to be touching very briefly on future plans and very exciting, I will be playing with brand new toys. So let's get on with the vlog, shall we? First things first, let's catch up a bit. What has been going on lately, because the last time I uploaded a chatty kind of catch up with me video, it was after my extended absence from YouTube. So during that extensive absence, I had been juggling a lot. Not good stuff, not necessarily a lot of art stuff, even though I had been working, but now as things are starting to, I hesitate to use the word stabilize, but now that I'm able to keep my head up above water a little bit, I am able to start resuming my creative life. So what has been going on? A lot of good stuff. Yes, a lot of bad stuff as well, but a lot of creative stuff. And it has been a long time since I have been able to say that. It's amazing how changing one's mindset about a negative situation or a series of negative events almost immediately leads one to change course into different positive directions. I know that sounds a little unbelievable and a little head in the clouds, but here's the thing. If your head is not in the clouds, then where is it? It's in the pit, it's in the mud pit, it's in the cesspool. So there are two types of people on this planet. The people who are perpetual whiners, perpetual complainers, the people who like to wallow around in shit. And then there's the people who enjoy putting in the work and they enjoy having their head in the clouds, right? The idealists. I am somewhere in the middle. I am an idealist for sure. I'm definitely not a shit wallower, but I accept and handle reality. Does that make sense? When reality is difficult, I don't wallow, I don't cry, I accept it and I handle it. See, so I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. This previous spring, when my world began to quite literally fall apart, I thought, okay, cool. I can handle this. Things are going to suck for a while, but I'll get through. Now, fast forward a few months later, my life, yes, is stabilizing now, but things are not great. I'm just going to keep it real. Things are not ultra sparkly fantastic. But once I resigned to the fact that I am just going to allow this year to be difficult, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm not going to be frustrated about it. I'm just going to allow it. I am taking this as an opportunity to experiment, to try new things, and to work harder on my creative little hermity universe. I'm not one to complain. Like I said, yes, of course I'm going to bitch and whine for a second, right? Because damn it, nobody likes when things get difficult. But it's being able to see that difficulty and see it for a positive learning experience. Again, that mindset shift actually pushes you forward into something positive rather than forcing you to regress and fall deeper into that shit pit. I hate when life deals shitty cards, for me, for you, for everyone, okay? But it is true, corny as it sounds, without darkness, there is no light. The previous 10 years of my life had been very smooth. So the clock was ticking, right? I was overdue for a few harsh lessons from the universe, you know? Growing pains. I just see them as growing pains. I'm learning. I'm elevating through all of this. I'm evolving, and that is a good thing. One of my favorite things to do to relax. I know, Karla, you relax? I do. As workaholic-y as I am, I do enjoy slowing down a bit. By shutting down the noise of the external world, my internal world gets louder, more productive, and it's just more joyful. And one way to do that, which makes all the sense in the world, is to escape to a place that makes most people uncomfortable. Now, there are people out there like me, of course, who enjoy the solitude, the peace, and serenity of cemeteries. Now, let's not get into the weeds and discuss what's going on underground, because Modern burial is absolutely atrocious. It's disgusting. It's all about business. It's all about waste, and it's just no. We're taking a leisurely stroll on top of leaky, chemical-laden corpses. No. We're going to romanticize it, and we're not going to think about that. Okay, but yes, I enjoy visiting my dead friends. I know. Spooky girl cliche. Ooh, Karla the weirdo, Karla the sun-loving vampire takes walks at the cemetery. How predictably spooky ooky of her. I know. But hear me out. While I love traditional old world cemetery vibes, think Highgate Cemetery in London or the New World cemeteries, such as, take your pick, any cemetery here on the east coast of the US or in the southern United States for that matter, there is a distinctly different spooky vibe to the cemeteries out in the desert. Now, when you go deep into the wild west deserts, they are very depressing cemeteries, but they're very cool because you see headstones that read things like shot in a duel in a gunfight, or there's a very bizarre headstone in the middle of the Nevada desert that says something about died potentially by eating library glue or something like that. The people in the desert, they're a strange bunch. They're an interesting bunch, but we're not talking about that today. I am talking specifically about this particular cemetery in Palm Springs, it's not the only one in town, but it's the one that I prefer because it is the oldest. This is the Pioneer Cemetery, and it's very small, and I have no choice. This is the only place I can come. And no, it's not a beautiful cemetery like I mentioned earlier. It doesn't have any of that romance, but there's a very distinctly California Palm Springsy desert vibe here, and that comes from, of course, the palm trees, but also the natural landscaping around it, as well as the architecture surrounding the place. It's very cool, in a way. Plus, the weirdos who are buried here. There's something about the desert that draws a very eclectic and eccentric group of people. And I have to say that after being out here for 10 years, I'm not one to ever try to isolate myself is not the right word. Distinguish myself is the word I'm looking for. I don't like people who get online and they talk about how unique they are and how special they are, because chances are the more you say that, the less you are those things, right? It's like the goth kids in high school. It's like, we all wear the same black clothes, we all wear the same brand, we all listen to the same music, we're so unique, right? It's like, no, you're not. You're prepackaged, right? But after being out here for a decade and being around the wild motley crew of people who are drawn to the desert, it's very clear that no matter how different everyone is, there's a common thread between all of them. And that is that there's a certain kind of romanticism, a certain kind of offness, right? A kind of we exist on the fringe of belief, of reality. And it isn't until recently that I started to kind of feel as though, you know what? I wasn't necessarily denying being one of these people. It makes sense that this is my community in a way. I am one of these people. Now, I say community loosely because I've not connected with any of these individuals on a personal level, but there's still that common thread between us, because the desert, no matter if you're rich, poor, if you're an artist, if you're whatever, it draws the people that it wants out here and it spits out the rest. And when it calls to you and you stay here, it's because you belong here, right? And I'm one of those people. I'm starting to embrace it, and I'm starting to realize, you know what? Okay, I don't like putting myself on a pedestal. Oh, I'm so unique, I'm so this. No. But the reality is that maybe I'm not so unique. Maybe I'm not that special. But you know what? I'm a little different. I'm a little off. And that's to my benefit. That's to my advantage. It's for that reason that I'm able to weather life storms the way that I do. It is because of that I'm able to live the life that I have. And it's because of that I am able to then hopefully spread this message to the people who need to hear it, right? hopefully this is reaching the right people, that it's okay to be you, it's okay to be a little bit off, and it's okay to do things that are uncomfortable if they feel right to you, right? We're not going to get too philosophical today, because damn it, I was just trying to show you the cemetery. But the point of this rant was to say, hey, here's some weirdos that are buried out here. My girl, Louisa, who you will be seeing in this video, and also the headstone of my good friend, Fitz the Hermit. I mean, how amazing, right? Desert people. The hills surrounding this place, man. Look, a haunted Victorian manor overlooking a cemetery is very cute. Very, very, very cute. But there's something about a late 70s, early 80s tacky cocaine drug lord postmodern mini mansion lined with palm trees that is more my speed. Yeah, you get it? Victorian mansion, nice, beautiful, perfect, love it. 80s new wave, synthwave, neon lit mansion. I think we've been here long enough. Let's get back to the Bat Cave and back to work. I've got some exciting new toys to share with you weirdos. So let's go. I do my best thinking while out on walks. If you've been following me for a while, you know your girl loves to walk. Early in the morning, super late at night, early evening, I just walks. Walks are my thing. I enjoy getting out, and preferably not in cities. I enjoy rural, suburban walking, that sort of thing. If it's in a city, okay. If it's in a huge park, fine. But I prefer to be far removed from city noise. But anyway, the idea to upgrade and update my art practice has been on my mind for a while, but I wasn't sure how or what to do. And given that I am usually my only sounding board, I mean, 99% of the time I'm completely on my own. I don't ask for advice from anyone. I have to kind of experiment, come to my own conclusions, and sometimes they take longer than others because, again, I'm basically speaking to myself at all times. I am my own echo chamber, for better or worse. And following a long walk and a subsequent early morning musing session, because that's another thing I love to do. I tell you, I'm a convoluted night creature because I love nighttime, I love late nights, but I also love early mornings, like pre-dawn. Magic hour. But anyway, the light bulb went off. I ordered a new printer, a cutting machine, and materials to play with. It was a very, very expensive day that day, but I will say, this is one of the perks of being, back to exalting myself as being one of these eccentric weirdos, which I'm starting to accept. Because I live such a low budget, low tech lifestyle, I'm able to then spend a day researching expensive equipment and then making a big purchase, right? I can do these things, and that is fabulous. I'm not over here wasting my money on a Gucci bag, on a Mercedes, on a television, on cable. I'm not, none of that shit, right? So I'm able to put that money towards expanding my art practice, and that is the best feeling in the world. As someone who has years of experience creating and selling artwork, it is bananas to me that the thought of doing some of the work myself had never occurred to me. Like, what? Woman, what are you even talking about? It had never occurred to me. That is crazy. When appropriate, I will of course continue to outsource some of my products. I have found some fantastic manufacturers and print shops over the years. Love them, will continue to use them, but damn it, you people know how much I enjoy doing things myself. I'm a bit of a control freak, surprise, surprise. So that's what's happening. I had way too much fun buying, or rather researching this equipment, and then subsequently waiting, so impatient, waiting for it to arrive, filling up the printer, just hearing that gurgle of the ink was fabulous, loved it. Not so much fun figuring out how to use the cutting machine. As a matter of fact, I've had it for a couple of weeks at this point, still making a lot of faulty cuts, but also have pretty much nailed 2 different sticker styles, meaning die cuts and sticker sheets. So more on that coming. But to be clear, the trial and error is fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm a bit of a masochist, I know. I just love learning new skills. I detest the mountain of paper that I used And I mean, the money spent purchasing that mountain of paper on those unsuccessful cuts, it was horrible. Oh my God, I made so many mistakes. I expected nothing less though, jumping into it. I've heard about these cutting machines being super finicky and all of that, but I'm always hoping for a miracle. I know. Life enjoys shitting on me every once in a while, but I'm always hopeful for that miracle. And I got this cutting machine and I thought, ugh, you never know. Maybe this will be my big break on things finally getting easy. Maybe I'll stick a piece of paper in there and everything will just go swimmingly. No, that's not how it worked. But there's more joy and there's more sense of fulfillment and accomplishment when you actually work towards something. Yes, getting handed things is nice, it's easy, but getting handed ease constantly, that ruins a person. We don't want to be spoiled over here, right? So anyways, I'm learning and I'm enjoying it. I did figure out the prints in just a few hours. Well, a couple hours. It wasn't a few. It was like 1.5 hours of me messing around with the printer that I was able to figure out some settings that work. So yes, I can have art prints now. So what's the plan? What am I blah, 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 about my printer, my cutter, and all of that? I am going to start producing more art prints, stickers, and sticker sheets in-house. And I will be moving my work completely off of Etsy. Yes, I am now going to have my artwork available through my website. I had dabbled in selling a curated selection of my artwork in my vintage store, Coconati, because some of my artwork is it is very on brand for that store. But there's a lot of other artwork that does not fit with the Coconati aesthetic. So I'm going to be able to sell directly in my store. Now I will save any more chatter on the shop and details about all of that in a future vlog. I will be, as of right now, the plan is to launch in September. So we'll talk about it later. I will definitely mention it on social media. But yes, it is time to get my productivity up again, and it's time to test run my own shop. I will have a baby storefront that is linked directly to my website. Now, disclaimer, I'm saying that I'm going to leave Etsy, and I am, but I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to leave a really tiny selection of products over on Etsy just to serve as a funnel, just in the off chance that people may find me through Etsy. But as soon as my shop opens, I will no longer be directing people to Etsy. Etsy will no longer exist in terms of my online ecosystem, right? It'll just exist as a ghost platform, but I will not talk about it. It will not be a priority to update and all of that. So let's see. What else is there to say? Nothing, because this vlog is already getting a bit chitty chatty, and I do want to dedicate a video to my shop front later. I do want to discuss it further in another vlog. So enough on that. Let's see here. I have my trusty sticky notes right here in front of me, and my bullet notes. You would think your girl would script a video with my tendency to talk and talk and talk, but it will never feel right for me to script a video. So I do have my bullet points, so allow me a second or two to regain my train of thought here. But Patreon, because of my sticker machine, this is how the Carla Snowball goes. I'm telling you, when I'm able to see through the negativity of life's circumstances, new ideas spring up, right? Had I not gone through all of this bullshit in the previous few months, which I'm still going through, by the way, I would have never landed here. I would have never landed on, hey, get yourself a printer, get yourself a sticker machine, open up a store, finally. I would have never landed here. So do you see, through the muck and the mire comes brilliant, sparkling light. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling. So because of all of that, I'm going to be adding a new tier to my Patreon, which is going to be kind of a sticker club situation, which is just so... The 5-year-old sticker addict in me is loving that idea, and I hope my audience does too. I know not everybody is going to be feeling a sticker club. I get it. We're all adults, but you know what? Some of us adults are weird. We love that kind of shit. We're still wild monkey children inside who enjoy playing. So you know what? The sticker club is for you weirdos, okay? So again, we will save that for another vlog, but I will end this vlog to say things are looking brighter and busier over here. I'm not ready just yet to dive back into YouTube totally just yet, but I'm getting there. I've been here, every week or two for the past month, so that's good. I will be sorting out the shop, mastering sticker making, and getting my new book finalized. So yeah, all of that is keeping me busy. YouTube and getting new internet and setting all that up, just not a super, super, super high priority, but it's inching up. It's inching up on the list. Color and chats, sketchy Saturdays, all of that good stuff. That will return absolutely, so look forward to it. But for the moment, I'm out. I have work to do. Be bad, be good. I do not give a damn which. Just make sure you come back in one piece, and I will see you in the next one.